happy Friday, boys and girls. Can you believe Friday's here? I'm so glad it's here. We have had a busy week. It was hard to kind of come back after having a couple weeks off and having Christmas and a new year. But you guys really showed me this week that you're able to do that you are big kids, and you all came back ready to work, willing to work, and we learned a lot this week. Some new things. We just got right back in there, and so I'm so proud of all of you. You guys did a great job. You have earned your Friday being at home. I hope you're still in your pajamas. I'm sure you are. Listen, I just wanted to talk a little bit about our homework. So your homework is, it's all white this week, no colored papers, and it looks all pretty much the same. It talks about how our letters are W and I, that we talked about those sounds this week. We had that little game show, beginning, middle, and ending sounds. It's important to start hearing where those sounds are happening in words. We're beyond just what's the letter and what sound does it make. This is becoming more complicated. It's becoming harder, and so we're practicing the letters on the next level. The words we learned this week were she and said. Please practice those words at home, and so that we don't forget them. Remember, those are just words we just need to know. And one of the most important things that I'm excited about is that we learned that our vowels, A, E, I, O, U, have two sounds, that those are magic letters and they have two sounds. No longer just that the short sounds, but the long sounds, that A sound. So that's a big deal, is knowing that some of these letters are pretty magic in the way they work, and that they have a few different sounds associated with them. And of course, our vibe this week was I can exercise my brain. And that's exactly what we do every day that we come in here. And you guys were willing this week. You guys showed up ready to exercise your brains. And so for that, I'm so proud of you. So let's talk about our homework. Should be pretty fun for you this week. We're doing number trains. And so given the number over here, okay, we have the number 5, 8, and 6. You're gonna take that and use this page over here. So this is for, you need scissors and glue for this one. And so you're going to match the value of each of these boxes, and you're gonna put them inside. So if this says 5 plus 1, and remember the strategies we talked about. When we are adding numbers together, we can draw pictures, we can draw objects, or we can count with our fingers. So if I'm thinking about how much 5 plus 1 more is, then I can count. Once I show my fingers, then I can count how many that is. Okay? Why don't you do it with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know now that 5 plus 1 is 6. So I'm gonna cut out that box, and I'm going to stick it on the 6 train down here. Okay, so take a look at that. That might take a little bit of work, and it looks like we have 2 copies of the same numbers. So all you have to do is use this one or this one. You don't need to use both of them, boys and girls. Okay, this one of these is extra. So decide if you're going to use the top or the bottom numbers, and you can get rid of the other ones. Okay, and then we have snowman addition. I know we talked about a lot about how some of you built snowmans or created snowmans over their Christmas break. So this makes sense. So we have 4, 9, and 7, and you're gonna cut the addition equations out and glue them onto the snowman. So this is perfect practice for the things that we talked about this week. Remember, we can draw pictures, we can draw objects, or we can use our fingers to do adding. And I really, really, really want you guys to practice that today. Again, we have a set of numbers up here and addition sentences. This is extra. So sometimes when we're cutting them out, maybe we make a mistake when we're cutting and we cut through something. So we have extras down here if we need it, okay? But you're only gonna need one row, either the top rows or the bottom ones, to do your snowmen. And again, you're just going to cut them and glue them into where they belong. So taking a look at the first one, let's do that. It says 5 plus 2 equals, so 5 plus 2 equals, and then I need to count them all, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 plus 2 is 7. So I'm going to take that little bubble snowman and I'm going to put it right here underneath the 7. Now, lots of you might be able to just subbatize. Once you put your fingers up, you can subbatize, oh, that's 7. Because when you see it, then it makes sense. When we take numbers and put them into meaning or add meaning to them with pictures, objects, or our fingers, then we can subbatize and use that skill that we've learned. So that's really super smart math. And so practice, practice, practice. We will be doing a lot of addition for the rest of our kindergarten year. This is our snowman by 5s. So we've talked a lot this week about counting by 10s. This will be a great chance for you to learn and to practice counting by 5s. Okay, so the best thing you can do is you might need a little bit of help from your family on this, but if we're going to start counting at 5s, we're always going to start with 5. And then we count 5 again. And so if I start with 5 and I want to count again, so I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. 5, 10 is my next number. Okay, so 5, then 10. And then we keep counting 5 from there. So I say, okay, 10, I just put 10 on my snowman. I put 5 and I put 10. Well, what's the next number? Well, let's think about it. 10 plus 5 more, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, okay, so now I need to look for my 15. And there we go, okay?
Good morning, teachers. Also, Sherry Crest is here, so if anybody else is having a problem with their computer this morning...
Don't they know I'm making a video for you?
She's happy to help you. She will be leaving soon. Thank you.
Okay, and so this one is usually one of my favorites because I love when we can take a sentence and we can practice writing the sentence and then we have to cut out the words down below and put them in word order like the sentence. So my very first word should be the, my very first word here should be the, okay? And then you get to color the picture. So it says the hat is red and blue. So you're going to write the hat is red and blue, and then you're going to do it one more time, but you're going to cut out the words down here and you're going to glue them in the same order. So the sentence should read, the hat is red and blue. And then you want to color the picture so that it matches the sentence, right? So we want to color our hat so that it looks red and blue. We don't want to color our hat so it looks black. Okay, we want our sentence and our picture to match, okay? All right, the next page is a middle sound page, and this is a little bit like what we practiced this week with our middle sounds, not the beginning, not the ending, but our middle sounds. And so we know this picture, actually, we've seen this picture a lot this week on our countdown, and this is a zip, zip. I know we might think zipper, but what we're doing is we're going to zip. We're zipping up or zipping down. So we keep saying that word zip, zip, zip. And I see z, hoo, hoo, p. But I want to know what that hoo, hoo sound is. So zip, zip, right? That sound. And so you're going to write it in there. Now each picture will have its own sound that's missing. And remember what I said about those magic vowel sounds? Do you remember what I said, how every single word would have one of those 5 letters in them? And so we know we're looking for one of those letters. Is it going to be that short sound, that I, or the I sound? Okay, so that's what you have to practice with, okay? That'll be fun. And then this one is just a sight word coloring page, okay? So if you find the word my, and I know we haven't, that's not one of our words just yet, but it will be, so it's good that you know it anyway. My is red, and is green, we is blue, and it is yellow. All right, so you color those words for the pictures. And that's your homework this week, boys and girls. And also, please, I need you to practice reading your books that you sent home, and anywhere and everywhere you can, be talking about letters and words and numbers. If you go to the grocery store with your parents this weekend, and you're just sort of standing around waiting for them to pick out their favorite cereal, why don't you count how many cereal boxes you see of Cheerios or Rice Krispies, or talk about the colors or the letters that are on the cereal boxes. I bet you can share lots of what you know about letters with your family, and that they would be learning as well with you. Okay? Also, get outside and have fun today. It's important that you exercise. The sun is going to be out. It will eventually warm up. Some of you I'll be seeing on Zoom today, so I look forward to that. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday. Happy weekend.